This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
It's Monday, May 4th, and right now at 6 on Good Morning Indiana.
I think it's time. I think it's time.
After weeks of closure, most of Indiana will move into the second phase of Governor Holcomb's plan to reopen the state. Working for You will break down which businesses are opening their doors today and the restrictions that are still in place. The month of May is an important time for students to take advantage of summer internships and jobs, but that could be more difficult this year because of the coronavirus. We talked to the University of Indianapolis about what you can do to still make your summer worth it. Because of the pandemic's impact on the economy, more people are looking for ways to save money, but scammers are taking advantage.
And we said they could lower my bill from $180 a month to $120.
A warning from one woman who was ripped off for more than $1,000. And a new app is connecting gig workers to new opportunities. We'll show you how the Drum app works and how you can start earning money and promoting local businesses.
And it is 6 o'clock here Monday morning. Thanks for joining us on Good Morning Indiana. I'm Lauren Casey. I want to say hello and good morning to my colleagues Todd Clausen and Rafael Sanchez, both still social distancing this week, working from home. Rafael, thanks for joining us from down in Johnson County.
Good morning to you, Lauren. We can't resist by saying May the 4th be with you, right? So let's just get out of the way. But a new week, big changes are coming this week in the weather department as well. Let's check in this morning right now with Todd Clausen. Hey, TK, good morning.
Hey, Rafael, good morning to you. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, you mentioned those changes, Rafael, and they're not the changes we'd like, unfortunately, here across central Indiana. Such a terrific weekend. I know we had a little bit of rain late Saturday into early Sunday morning, but it didn't really impact plans during the daytime hours. Well, this morning we are cooler already. We're sitting in the 40s now all across central Indiana, 48 in Indy. It's 45 in Terre Haute. Greencastle sitting at 44 degrees. And as we go forward in this forecast, today's not a problem day. In fact, today is probably the best day we have remaining for the next 7 days across the area. The clouds that are out there are just kind of fading away pretty quickly. Back off to our west, you notice the rain in Nebraska. That is going to be heading our way late tonight, and it's what we deal with throughout the day tomorrow. So you will notice the clouds increase throughout the day, going from sunny this morning to partly cloudy this afternoon, eventually mostly cloudy this evening, but still up into the mid-60s. We will talk more about that rain that arrives tomorrow coming up in just a little bit. But right now, let's check out the roadways with Lauren.
All right, Todd, things are traveling up to speed here on the northwest side. This is I-65, a little south of 38th Street. You can see that traffic moving northbound and southbound is traveling up to speed. No crashes in this area to slow you down. Now we want to get to breaking news. We're following this morning. We've learned that the victim of a shooting at a northwest side apartment complex has died. Police say a man was found suffering from a gunshot wound around 7:30 Sunday evening at the Abington Apartments near 52nd Street and Georgetown Road. The victim was taken to the hospital in critical condition but died hours later. Police have not released any information about the victim or possible suspects. Anyone with any information that can help them is asked to call Crime Stoppers.
We'll keep following that breaking news. The time now is 6:03 here on Good Morning Indiana. And this is a big day here in our state. Starting today, much of Indiana is moving on to the next phase of getting the state back on track. Alyssa Donovan is live this morning with details on the governor's plan to reopen the economy. Alyssa, good morning.
Good morning, Rafael. So there are 5 stages to this reopening process that was presented by the governor, and much of the state is going to start on stage 2 today, except for a few counties, including Marion, Cass, and Lake County, and that's just because those areas do have the highest number of COVID-19 cases. They will be starting on stage 2 later this month, but the areas that are starting on stage 2 today include the rest of the state, and what that means is that most retailers will be able to open and operate at 50% capacity starting today. If a week passes with no major issues, restaurants can then reopen at 50% capacity. Hair salons and barbershops can also open by appointment only. By stage 3, which starts May 24th, gyms, fitness centers, playgrounds, tennis courts, and theaters can operate at half capacity. Stage 4, which starts on June 14th, is when retail stores and malls can operate at full capacity. This is also when dining rooms and restaurants will be operating at 70%. 75% capacity, and that's also the date, June 14th, that bars and nightclubs can reopen at half capacity. Museums, zoos, and aquariums will also be able to reopen in that stage. Now, Governor Holcomb says while getting the economy going is important, it's also important to never forget the pandemic has taken the lives of more than 1,000 Hoosiers and counting.
We will honor their memories by never forgetting them, their smiles, their laughter, their love, their wisdom, their good works while they were here with us.
And the final stage of that process, stage 5, will start on July 4th. That's when conventions, sporting events, fairs, and festivals can resume. The governor says the plan to reopen is not set in stone, and many of those details could change depending on hospitalizations and just how the virus continues to move through the state of Indiana. And also this week, we are expecting to hear from Mayor Joe Hogsett on just how those stages will be implemented specifically here in Indianapolis. Reporting live, Alyssa Donovan, RTV6.
Alyssa, thank you. The time right now is 6:05. Indiana has now recorded nearly 20,000 positive COVID-19 cases. The Indiana State Department of Health has confirmed 645 new cases and 17 new deaths yesterday. More than 1,100 total deaths have been reported since the pandemic began. Marion County continues to have the most cases with more than 6,000. The State Health Department will host drive-through COVID-19 testing clinics this week at 5 sites across the state. The clinics will run from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. today and Tuesday in East Chicago, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Wednesday through Saturday in Lafayette, Newcastle, Plymouth, and Seymour. The clinics are open to symptomatic healthcare workers, first responders, and essential workers. Testing will also be available to symptomatic people who live with one of those workers, along with people who have COVID-19 symptoms and have those underlying medical conditions that put them at a higher risk. We have a list of the locations and information right now for you at theindychannel.com. Just click on this story on our homepage.
At 6:06, we are working for you. The loss of jobs and concerns with the economy has many of you looking for ways to save money, which means scam artists are working overtime. Now, this scam involved a deal that sounded oh so good, but it cost one lady a lot of money. She's talking to you this morning so it doesn't happen to you or someone that you know. eBay cards are good for making purchases and for gifts, but in the present, they're being used by some scammers as a way to rip off people. A Central Indiana grandmother asked us not to identify her. She received a call offering to cut her current cable bill by $60.
And they said they could lower my bill from $180 a month to $120 for 2 years.
Looking to save money during this pandemic, she found the offer plausible. The scammer said to get the deal, she would need to pay using eBay cards.
I would just tell him that I thought they were miserable human beings to do this to anybody.
This lovely lady tricked into draining her bank account out of more than $1,100. So $1,100 is a lot of money. eBay cards are good as gift cards to people that you know, someone that you love, your mom, your father, your cousin, your uncle, someone that you know. But Call 6 investigators, me, Kara Kenny, Stephanie Wade, will always warn you that anytime that anyone wants you to pay them using a gift card like eBay or maybe greendot.com, you will more than likely go be scammed. So consumer, beware.
Raphael, good to know. Thank you. Well, with a record number of Hoosiers filing for unemployment, we want to connect you with resources that could help you during this pandemic. A new app called Drum aims to connect businesses with gig workers who share deals from businesses with their friends and coworkers. Businesses get new customers and drummers to pick up the gig they want to promote and get the commission without leaving their home. It's also designed to help small businesses boost sales. The team that designed the app started working on it a year ago and realized that during the pandemic, they can help businesses survive.
Everyone's exploring what it looks like to change how you deliver your service, whether you're a restaurant trying to figure out what a takeout and delivery model looks like, whether you're a physical trainer trying to figure out what it looks like to hold classes over Zoom. There's just so many creative ways that businesses are trying to adapt, and we think that Drum can be one thing that helps contribute to that.
Becoming a drummer is simple. All you have to do is log on and learn about the business you want to promote. It's a way to develop sales skills, control your time, and earn a little money. For many students, their summer plans have been impacted by COVID-19. Either their internships have been canceled or their summer job is no longer happening. And so this morning, the University of Indianapolis is sharing 20 things you can do this summer to help propel your future career. Our Kelsey Anderson is joining us this morning with more details. Kelsey.
Well, good morning. I spoke with a career expert at UIndy's Professional Edge Center, and she says you can expect to hear the question, what did you do in the summer of 2020 in upcoming job interviews? That's why they are working with their students and now with all of you to encourage and inspire everyone to do something this summer instead of nothing. Some of those things include attending virtual job fairs, working on your resume, working an essential job, and so much more.
Well, one thing that anyone can do, no matter their situation, is set a goal and achieve it over the summer. You know, I think employers and schools appreciate the idea of someone who can set a lofty goal and meet it.
Stephanie Dietz is the Associate Director of the Professional Edge Center, and she says the current situation has a lot of students still in shock. They are working together to make this summer worthwhile. The university did share their entire list of tips with us. We'll have it for you over on the RTV6 News app. Working for you, Kelsey Anderson, RTV6.
Kelsey, thank you so much. Some great ideas there. The time now, of course, a local catering company is calling on the community to help feed families that are in need during this pandemic. Hoagland Fine Catering's sponsor a meal program that provides a hot meal to families of 4 to 6. They're working with the Damien Center and the Mary Rig Neighborhood Center to reach families. The program allows people or businesses to call in and purchase the fully prepared meal for $45. With help from the community partners, the meal will be then delivered directly to a local family.
We all are in this together, and that's something that has been said over and over again. And it's a very small effort on your part that is going to make a huge difference in someone's life. And the food insecurity right now is probably an all-time high. And so you've got the food pantries who are doing so much, but this is just everybody is deserving of a hot meal.
The pandemic has caused a major impact on Hoagland Fine Catering, with weddings and corporate events being canceled. This is a way to keep their staff busy at the catering company, which is based out of the Biltwell Event Center. We'll put details on how you can donate to this great program on the RTV6 News app. A family of 4 made it out safely after an explosion destroyed their home. New overnight what fire officials say caused the blast.
And veterinary clinics are back to work, but some are still struggling after the shutdown. Still ahead, what one organization is doing to keep Hoosier clinics going and what you can do to help. Todd.
And many of us are working from home, and you may want to take that work outside to the patio later on this afternoon. And today, I would say take advantage of that if you can, because it's the best weather day we have this week. We'll have clouds increasing throughout the day, but it remains dry. Temperatures are in the 60s. Tomorrow, you won't have the option to head outside. We'll talk all about that coming up in your Storm Team 6 forecast. The time now is 6:12. We're back in just a couple minutes.
Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana. The time right now is 6:15. It is Monday morning, and we have beautiful clear skies out there this morning. Take a look at this view from our tower camera over downtown Indianapolis, looking at the sun coming up here. A beautiful shot this morning. We hope you have a safe and comfortable drive to work this morning. Raphael?
I love that shot. I want to move there. We have a beautiful city. Look at that. Wow. New overnight, a family of 4 is safe after an explosion at their home. This happening on the city's northwest side. This happened on the 4300 block of Dabney Drive around 11 last night. Let me take you to the neighborhood and show you exactly what firefighters had to encounter. The explosion destroyed the entire back of the home and melted some of the home next door. Fire officials believe a propane-type heater in the garage caused the damage, Thankfully, no one was hurt in this situation. Also new overnight, 2 people are in the hospital following a late-night fire, this in Brownsburg in Hendricks County. Firefighters tell us the fire started around 10:30 last night, this happening on Dover Boulevard. The cause of this fire has yet to be released, nor the condition of the people who were taken to the hospital. Lauren?
Raphael, as the pandemic continues, Spay-Neuter Services of Indiana is launching a campaign to help struggling veterinary clinics all across the state. The fix is in. The Crisis Relief Fund is a $100,000 emergency relief effort for Indiana's veterinary clinics hit hard by the COVID-19 pandemic. Many nonprofit clinics operate on tight budgets anyways, and they're already facing economic hardships due to closures like many other small businesses during the stay-at-home order. Vet clinics did reopen last Monday. Spay-Neuter Services of Indiana will now use the money from this relief fund to provide free spay and neuter surgery certificates to rescue groups and shelters to make sure that their surgery schedules are filled and as many animals as possible are being fixed.
Once they are done fostering, we are going to have a backlog of people that need to have those animals fixed before they can move them to their permanent homes. We also have community cats out in the field that are reproducing and bringing litters. And this is the time of year, springtime, when mama cats have a lot of litters and we can easily be inundated. It's a really bad time to not be able to do the surgeries.
Well, in an effort to reach their goal of $100,000, they do need your support. We put a link on the RTV6 app with ways you can donate. It is 6:18. Todd, we just saw a beautiful sunrise shot over Indianapolis, so clear skies right now, but what are our rain chances going into the week?
You know, as we go throughout this week, there's going to be numerous opportunities for rain chances. And I hate to start off with that or be the bearer of bad news, but we have to get you prepared here for this week ahead. Now, you see I have low rain chances or slight rain chances for the day today. That's after sunset. You really don't have to worry about it. Tomorrow's by far the wettest day of the week. Wednesday, we deal with rain showers in the morning, and then things will start to get better. Thursday, that's probably the next best day after today of weather for us. Here's the view from downtown to the north. A beautiful start to our day. Not only are the skies clear, we'll have plenty of sunshine this morning. Temperatures not all that bad. Fairly seasonable, actually, for this time of year. We're in the 40s, 48 in Indy as well as Bloomington. 47 is the current temperature in Kokomo. And we'll lose the sunshine as the day goes on. So we start sunny, turn partly cloudy through the afternoon hours, then eventually mostly cloudy. But it's still a decent day for us with temperatures that'll be in the mid-60s. You have the opportunity to get out and about and get outside and enjoy the nice conditions. We just have a few fair weather clouds out there that are fading away very, very quickly here this morning. But as we expand out, you notice off to our west, there's a lot of rainfall this morning moving through Nebraska, stretching up into the Dakotas. That is what's going to be heading our way for the day tomorrow. TrueCast hour by hour today shows mainly clear skies through the noon hour. And then once we get to this evening, that's when the clouds are going to start to increase for us with just some spotty showers across the area. As we work our way into the overnight hours, though, this is when the rain starts to become a little more widespread, and that sets us up for a pretty wet day tomorrow. And even look at this tomorrow morning as the temperatures are cooler. Don't be shocked maybe in some northern locations if you see a few snowflakes mixed in with some of the rain showers. No accumulation, but nonetheless, here we are once again at the beginning of May talking about maybe a few flakes. The other issue tomorrow, the temperatures. Our high is going to be right after midnight. That's likely going to be in around 55 degrees, but much of the day tomorrow is going to be spent in the upper 40s. We're going to be dealing with the rain. It's going to be kind of breezy as well. So just not a very pleasant day for our Tuesday. Some spotty showers early Wednesday. Thursday's a decent day for us. The weekend's not bad. It's just going to be well below normal for the Mother's Day celebrations across the area. Saturday and Sunday, both days starting off close to freezing across the area, with high temperatures in the 50s. Mother's Day does not look like a washout, but there could be a few spotty showers across parts of the area.
All right, Todd, thanks so much. Here's a look right now at traffic on I-465 and State Road 37, the Harding Street exit. Everything here is traveling up to speed. A heads up, though, we do have southbound lanes of State Road 37 closed near 800 West. That's down near Olive Branch Road. So if I were you and you were heading southbound on 37 today, get off at Smith Valley Road, take Mullinex Road southbound all the way to Smoke Row Road 625. Take that around the bend, go to 144, and there you can reconnect with State Road 37. Bargersville Fire tweeting out that one male was transported to the hospital. We'll be right back. Welcome back. The time right now is 6:24. Raphael, it is time to talk about what is trending at 6.
So let's talk about the class of 2020. They are in our hearts, and of course, during this tough time, how do we celebrate them? So check this out. Schools and cities across our country are trying to find ways to honor graduating seniors during this pandemic. So in Pikeville, Kentucky, the city decided to turn downtown into a drive-through yearbook. The fire department placed banners along the city streets recognizing the class of 2020. Check that out. Each one featured a senior's school picture and their name. That is a great way to honor the class of 2020, Lauren.
That is really cool. Well, in Brazil, officials used one of their nation's landmarks, Raphael, to send a message about COVID-19. Take a look here. A face mask was projected on the Rio de Janeiro's iconic Christ the Redeemer statue overnight. The move was an effort to promote self-care during the coronavirus outbreak. Words meaning masks save lives were also displayed on the statue's torso.
Wow, that is absolutely beautiful. I've been there, and it's beautiful without the lights, but that's beautiful with the lights. Amazing. And it's time to recognize our hometown hero on this May the 4th here in central Indiana. A shout out to Christy Huffman, who as a healthcare professional has the force to make people smile and feel loved and appreciated. We want to thank all of those who on these days of this pandemic give their personal best and professional best every day in central Indiana. And a face mask to boot. I want that face mask. But first, let's check your forecast right now with our Todd Clausen.
Yeah, Raphael, it's a good forecast for us today, and I can't emphasize enough to take advantage of today's weather with the sunshine and temperatures that are going to be decent across the area. We're starting off with sunshine. You can see behind the graphic there's hardly a cloud in the sky. This morning, sunrise officially still about 20 minutes away, but again, already the sky is starting to brighten. 52 degrees by the time we get to 10 a.m. here this morning, and then as we continue into the afternoon hours, you will notice the clouds start to increase a little bit. But temperatures will be close to our average high of 69 for this time of year. Probably a couple degrees short of that number here in Indy, but right at 70 in Bloomington as well as Columbus, 64 to the north. Late tonight, rain arrives. Temperatures drop for tomorrow. Tuesday is going to be a pretty wet day for us all across the area. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a little bit.
All right, Todd, thank you so much. So if you're struggling to find the items that are just sold out in grocery stores, ads on your Facebook and Instagram pages can be really tempting. Who wouldn't want a nice big 30-pack of Charmin delivered right to your doorstep? Well, consumer reporter John Ratarese tells us why that's often a case of buyer beware so you don't waste your money.
Are you looking for toilet paper, paper towels, or face masks? Well, if you're looking online, beware. Wait to see what one man received when he ordered some toilet paper. Charmin is America's favorite toilet paper, but to these Walmart shoppers, it's as hard to find as gold right now. Did you find Charmin? Any good brands?
No. I guess their store brand of the paper towels and toilet paper.
You'd like to find Charmin? Yep. Ben Hart thought it was his lucky day when he found a Facebook ad for 30 rolls of Charmin. But 4 weeks later...
This is what we got.
Yep, this is what arrived at his home.
I says, you're kidding me.
For $40, he got 30 toddler-sized rolls.
That's a roll of toilet paper. That's what they said.
This is what Charmin is supposed to look like. This is what showed up. It's not even close. Not only is it 1/5 the size of a real roll, it's not stamped with the Charmin logo, like this real one. Does this look like Charmin to you?
This? No. This is a scam. Just an out-and-out scam.
The return address links to a warehouse in the Los Angeles area that's home to a number of questionable mail order firms with lots of complaints. Complaints are also soaring about fake N95 face masks and other items sold at high prices in online ads. Ben calls this a life lesson. Still trying to figure out where on earth these teeny rolls even came from.
I don't know how they did that.
Yeah. The good news, stores are restocking their shelves and believe the toilet paper crisis is just about over. As always, don't waste your money. I'm John Matarese. Good morning, Indiana.
John, thank you. For more cost-saving tips and ideas, you can visit the money section of our website, theindychannel.com.
This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
Now on Good Morning Indiana on this Monday morning, here's a look at your 6:30 news feed. We continue to follow breaking news out of Henry County. Sheriff's Office says that Paige Thomas and Felicia Davis ran from the Henry County Transition Center following a disturbance late last night. If you know where these two women may be, you can call the Henry County Dispatch Center at 765-529-4901.
Metro Police still trying to figure out what led to the shooting death of a 16-year-old who was hit by a stray bullet. That shooting happened near a large gathering early Sunday morning on East 38th Street, that near North Arlington Avenue. Nia Cope later died from her injuries at a hospital. Police tell us the large gathering of people near the shooting scene was likely a violation of Marion County's stay-at-home order.
A family of 4 is okay after a home explosion on the city's northwest side. This happened on Dabney Drive near 46th Street and High School Road around 11 o'clock last night. The explosion destroyed the entire back of that house and melted siding on the home next door. Investigators believe that a propane heater in the garage caused that explosion.
Also new overnight, 2 people are in the hospital following a late-night fire, this in Brownsburg. Firefighters tell us that fire started around 10:30 last night. This happening on Dover Boulevard. Right now, firefighters are still trying to learn what started the fire. The condition of those taken to the hospital has not been released just yet. Welcome to Good Morning Indiana on this Monday, May the 4th. If you have a chance to step outside and you look up, you will see some eye candy. It is a beautiful sunrise in central Indiana as we continue to social distance here in RTV6. Good morning to you. I'm Rafael Sanchez and welcome to my living room here in Johnson County.
And I'm Lauren Casey reporting from the RTV6 studios. Todd, let's talk more about the forecast today. We know the skies are clear right now, so what can we expect for our Monday?
You know, it's a good forecast for us today, Lauren, and we'll enjoy the sunshine, at least here this morning, dry conditions and temperatures that'll be pretty seasonable. And you'll need to take advantage of today because starting tomorrow, we're going to turn fairly wet across the area. Here's a live look outside right now, and this is alluding to what Raphael was mentioning, the sun coming up here across central Indiana. The skies are mainly clear for us. It's a great start to our Monday, great start to the work week across the area. However, things will be changing as the day goes on. Temperatures are hovering right around 50 degrees on average in most locations, and that's where we'll stay through the 8 o'clock hour. But we will notice the clouds increase a little bit as the day goes on. So I would say mostly sunny through the morning hours, then partly cloudy this afternoon. It's not until this evening, though, that the skies will become overcast. Temperatures today anywhere from 64 in northern locations to about 70 degrees down to the south of Bloomington, as well as Columbus. So get out there, enjoy today's dry, seasonable weather because unfortunately tomorrow turns into a very, very chilly day with rain across most of the area. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a little bit.
All right, Todd, thank you so much. Let's take a look right now at traffic. This is I-70, a view near Sherman Drive on the east side. You can see that beautiful sunrise we were talking about, and you can see no traffic here. That's because, again, this week, I-70 is closed in both directions on the east side between I-465 and the north split, so keep that in mind as part of your commute. We'll keep you updated when that project will end and when those lanes will reopen. Well, after 2 months of staying home and those business closures, Indiana's getting back on track to reopen. The economy will reopen in stages outlined by the governor this past Friday. And our Alyssa Donovan is joining us live this morning with how this is all going to work for you. Alyssa, good morning.
Good morning, Lauren. So basically there are 5 stages to this process, and we've all been in stage 1 for the past couple months, and now we are moving on to stage 2. At least most of the state is, and that's because we have seen some progress when it comes to COVID-19. The governor says that COVID-19 cases being hospitalized has been decreasing for the past 2 weeks, which is why we are able to start reopening the economy across the state. Now today, stage 2 will open. However, there are some exceptions. Cass, Lake, and Marion counties will not start stage 2 today. Those exempt counties have the largest number of COVID-19 cases. Lake and Marion County are expected to start reopening next week. So what does this mean? Today, retailers will be allowed to reopen at 50% capacity in most counties. Starting next week, restaurants can reopen at half capacity. That's when nail and hair salons will also be allowed to resume operations by appointment only. Stage 3, which starts on May 24th, which is only 3 weeks away, is when gyms and fitness centers can reopen, playgrounds, tennis courts, and community pools can reopen, and movie theaters can resume operations. On June 14th, Indiana enters the 4th stage of this plan, and this is when retail stores and malls can return to full capacity. That's also when bars and nightclubs are allowed to open for business. The 4th stage is also when we can start visiting museums and zoos again, and sports leagues will be able to resume.
Those efforts will help us reach the goal of having Indiana back on track by July 4th.
And July 4th is the start of the final stage. This is when conventions, sporting events, fairs, and festivals are expected to resume. And now the governor says that this plan is not set in stone and it can change based on changes with the virus. Reporting live, Alyssa Donovan, RTV6.
Alyssa, thank you so much. The time now is 6:35. This morning, Governor Holcomb is apologizing after he took a picture in Brown County with 2 people, but he was not wearing a face mask as he's been asking people to do. The governor took this picture on Saturday with 2 young women while he was picking up a meal at the Hobnob Corner restaurant that in Nashville, Indiana, in Brown County. After the picture was posted to Facebook, the governor issued this statement saying in his own words that it was a lapse in my usual vigilance. I should have gone back to the car to get my mask. My apologies to all the healthcare professionals and Hoosiers who are working so hard to slow the spread.
When you think of a casino, you think of gambling. And to gamble, you have to touch things. You have to touch money. You have to touch every slot machine.
Those are some of the reasons that Indiana casinos may be having a tough time getting back to business. When they do, there are many unanswered questions such as, will employees be allowed to wear face masks? Workers were not allowed to do so before the stay-at-home order took effect. Concerned casino workers held a statewide virtual rally on Facebook. They want cleaning and safety to be top priorities.
I'm hoping that our company steps up and demands that we wear gloves as frontline workers, masks, whatever it will take to make sure that we stay healthy and are able to work.
It's a big issue for them. Masks are another issue because right now the Indiana Gaming Commission does not allow face coverings on the job, and workers are concerned if they get sick, they'll struggle to get access to health care. The union is in negotiations with employers to push for better benefits. It is still undetermined when casinos will be allowed to reopen in Indiana.
At 6:37, Indiana's primary election was supposed to be tomorrow, but due to COVID-19 and the pandemic, it will now be on June 2nd. That means if you're not registered to vote, you have to do so before midnight tonight in order to be eligible. If you haven't mailed in your registration by now, your best bet is just to go online to the Indiana voter portal on the Indiana government website. All the information you need to know is on indianavoters.com. That's also the same place where you can apply for an absentee ballot to cast your vote by mail.
The time now is 6:37. The month of May is typically all about the days leading up to the Indy 500, especially in the town of Speedway. There is no racing this month, and as you know, the Indy 500 is now rescheduled for August. Now the Speedway Arts Council is starting a new campaign. It's called It's Still May, in Speedway. Families are encouraged to show their pride for their community by decorating their porch, yard, or their windows. You're even encouraged to register through the link on the Speedway Arts Facebook page. Each contest is $5, and all of that money goes directly to help local families through the St. Christopher Church Food Pantry.
Even though there isn't racing happening in Speedway or in Indianapolis, it's not the end of the world. I think people should still get out there and celebrate their neighborhood, celebrate the city of Indianapolis, celebrate the town of Speedway. A lot of people are hurting right now. And so if we can, support one of the busiest food pantries on the West Side while also trying to make people's days, let's do it.
Encouraged to decorate any way you want in Speedway. You can do a racing theme, thank essential workers, or just be creative by showing your pride of your community. We have details right now on this great effort on the RTV6 app on how you can get involved. Lauren?
Raphael, the coronavirus is making it difficult for students to take advantage of those summer internships and jobs this year. Coming up, some tips for students on how they can still make the most of their time if they aren't able to be on the job. It is 6:39. We'll be right back after this break.
Apply online today.
Welcome back. Well, we've talked about how this is a rough ending for high school seniors.
Yeah.
But Raphael, this is also a tough time for a lot of college students. The pandemic means that those really important summer jobs and internships may have been canceled. We know how important those are. I interned here at RTV6 one summer.
So we have some great information for you right now. The University of Indianapolis has 20 things that you can do this summer to help you propel your career into the future. Our Kelsey Anderson joins us now with all the details. Kelsey, good morning.
For many students across the country, their summer plans are now being changed, their jobs canceled, or their internships rescinded. And the folks at UIndy want to make sure no one wastes their summer. I spoke with Stephanie Dietz. She's the Associate Director of the Professional Edge Center at UIndy. Her and her colleagues are working hard right now to make sure their students, no matter the circumstances, do something for their career this summer. So they came up with a list of 20 things you can do to help yourself. Some of those things include volunteering your skills to a small business that may need help, getting certified in a new trade, finding a virtual mentor, and working an essential job.
My challenge to my students has been, yes, this is terrible. Yes, it's really unfortunate, but let's find other things so that you can still move forward in your career during summer 2020.
Dietz says you can expect to hear the question, what did you do in the summer of 2020 during job interviews for the next several years? So you want to be able to answer with what you did instead of what you didn't do. UIndy shared their entire list of tips of things you can do this summer to make your summer worthwhile. We'll have it for you over on theindychannel.com. Working for you, Kelsey Anderson, RTV6.
Kelsey, thank you. How to make sure you can make ends meet during this economic slowdown. Next, we'll have some tips on stretching your dollar and keeping debt low while money is at a premium. Todd.
And Lauren, today's going to be a good day to get out and about, to get that walk or the run in or the bike ride. And I encourage you to get out and take advantage of today. It's great from start to finish because tomorrow rain is going to return to the forecast and it's going to be pretty widespread. We'll talk all about those rain chances and look ahead to the rest of your week coming up in your Storm Team 6 forecast. The time now is 6:44. You're watching Good Morning Indiana right here on RTV6.
Home experts at theindychannel.com.
Welcome back. It is 6:46 on your Monday. This is a live look at I-465 at the Harding Street exit. A heads up if you're heading southbound here along State Road 37. Bargersville Fire still working to clean up a crash that sent one man to Eskenazi Hospital after an entrapment and fire. That's down in Johnson County. So if you're heading in that direction, get off State Road 37 at Smith Valley Road. Take Mullinex to 625. Head around the curve. Connect with State Road 144 to reconnect with State Road 37 South. Well, with the economy slowing and tens of thousands of people out of work this week, now's the time we really need to stretch our dollars a little bit further. Stephanie Libergen with our partners at Newsy asked the experts, should you keep making debt payments during the pandemic?
Coronavirus cash crisis. Should I keep paying down debt during the pandemic?
Make sure that we're able to cover our minimum debt payments. We don't want to try to accelerate and pay off debt any quicker right now because we don't know the timing of when things are going to get back to normal.
It's just one of those situations where it's much, much better to play it safe. So if you're considering how to be paying off your debts right now, unless you're in the what I would call a unicorn position of a stable job and a very healthy emergency savings fund, if that's not your position, bare minimums on everything.
And also understand what the specifics are. If you continue making payments, does it go to the principal? And then are you able to make a bigger dent in that debt? And then you can make a decision on whether that's worthwhile for you right now, because maybe you still have income security.
The time now is 6:48 here on Good Morning Indiana. If you're heading out to Costco today, keep a couple of things in mind. Beginning today, Costco will require you to wear a face mask in their stores. They're also limiting the amount of meat that you can buy. Here are the details. Costco says it is also putting in place that meat limit on beef, pork, and poultry products to 3 items per member. Costco says it has made changes based on public health guidelines, including requiring those face coverings, using reusable shopping bags, and putting restrictions on returns. You can find all of these details on the Costco website. Now time to check your forecast, and Todd Clausen, as I take a look outside of my living room window here at our Johnson County studio, that sunrise is absolutely beautiful.
It is, Raphael, and it's one of the few days this week I think we'll be able to enjoy a nice sunrise, because overall it's going to be kind of an up and down week of weather. And speaking of up and down, that's how our temperatures are going to be as well. And for the most part, unfortunately, we're going to be running below normal. The average high is 69. We'll climb into the 60s today, but the rest of the week our temperatures are going to be well below normal. We'll have several shower chances and just more of a March-like feel compared to the beginning of May, and frost, unfortunately, will be possible once again as we get closer to Mother's Day weekend. That's towards the end of the week, obviously. But here's the view from downtown to the north right now, and there is not a cloud in the sky. A beautiful start to our Monday and May 4th here across the area. Temperatures are sitting in the 40s anywhere we go. 48 in Indy and Bloomington, 49 is the current temperature in Muncie, and 47 is the current temperature in Greenwood. Now, as we work our way throughout the course of the day, it's a slow but steady climb all the way up into the mid-60s. So it's a good day for us weather-wise today. It is dry. The one thing you will notice as the day progresses, though, is we'll lose the sunshine to more in the way of clouds. But that's probably not until late afternoon, early evening that we eventually see the skies go mostly cloudy across the area. And then eventually the rain is going to be making its way into our area as well. And that rain's still well off to our west here in Nebraska, but that's going to be heading in this direction as we work our way into the next 24 hours. Let me walk you through the next 24 using TrueCast. Here come the clouds increasing across the area this evening, and then a few spotty showers are possible before midnight, but they're probably pretty few and far between. It's not until closer to daybreak tomorrow that the rain arrives, but once it does, it's with us off and on throughout a good chunk of the day tomorrow. It's going to be a pretty wet day for us, and it is going to be a very chilly day. The high will be in mid-50s. That's early on in the day. Shortly after midnight, most of the daytime hours will be in the 40s. It is going to be chilly. It is going to be wet, and just not a very pleasant day for our Tuesday as far as the rainfall goes. It's going to be a pretty good soaking for us, with some areas anywhere from 3/4 to an inch of rain. Again, that is for the day tomorrow into early Wednesday morning. We do get a break Wednesday afternoon, Thursday for some additional sunshine. Temperatures back up into the 60s, but then cooler again for Mother's Day weekend. And there are those low temperatures Saturday and Sunday morning, only in the low to mid 30s. Some of you may even be below freezing. And then as we get into the afternoon hours, high temperatures only going to be in the mid 50s.
All right, Todd, thanks so much. I do have a traffic alert now for drivers in Hamilton County heading northbound on I-69. Here's a view at traffic at a standstill near Cumberland Road. We do have a semi crash in this area in those northbound lanes, blocking them this this morning. So here's what you need to do. You need to at least get off State Road 37 there, I-69. At State Road 37, 116th Street. You can take 116th Street all the way east to Oleo Road, and then northbound, use Campus Parkway to reconnect with I-69. We'll continue to monitor this, but you can see this is snarling traffic at this hour, so avoid that spot to avoid delays. The time right now is 6:52. We'll be right back.
RTV6 app on your phone or streaming device.
This is Jim Gerard with the Sound of the 70s. Today we're located at the Flower and Patio Show. We're asking about peace in the Middle East. What is your name and address, sir?
My name is Willie Davis. I live at 1250 West Carolina Road, Greenwood, Indiana.
Well, after Jim Gerard came to work at what was then WFBM Radio in Indianapolis in 1962, one of his calling cards became the Man on the Street interview. It was a staple of his radio show, and when Jim crossed over to TV at Channel 6 in 1966, he brought that segment with him. As our Lindy Luper reported, when Jim finally decided to retire from TV in 1986.
Hi, my name is Jim Gerard.
That was 1962. Today, Jim Gerard was busy packing up at the WTTV studios. For the past 9 years, he's been the host of a midday talk show on the station. Before that, he hosted the same type of show here on Channel 6. But Jim's introduction to Indianapolis was his Sounds of the City program. He roved the city with his microphone and tape recorder, later adding a television camera.
Give him the speedway. Do you think maybe Christmas has become a little too commercialized?
Very much so.
Tell me about it.
Was perhaps best known for what later became the Jim Gerard Show. It was a staple of daytime television here on RTV6, our own live talk show with interview show complete with an in-studio band. Jim Gerard was a cherished member of the WRTV6 family. His family says that he passed away this Friday at Marquette Manor in Indianapolis. He was 93 years old. May he rest in peace. We're thankful for what he contributed to RTV6. Now let's check your forecast with Todd Clausen.
And Raphael, plenty of sunshine here this morning. Temperatures in the upper 40s as the day goes on. The clouds will increase, but we probably don't go mostly cloudy until late in the day, and we're completely dry throughout the day today with temperatures in the mid-60s. Rain returns tomorrow.
Todd, thank you. Here's a look at sunrise. We're back in 25 minutes and all throughout Good Morning America. Have a great Monday.